Avatar, the American cartoon that was once ruined by M. Night Shyamalan. He not only made this terrible live action movie, but 2 whole mangas to go with it. So yeah, let's go make fun of it or something. That day began like most of our days used to. My brother Sokka and I were hunting for our village. I've never heard of the Southern Water Tribe referred to as a village, but I guess that's fine. One of the first things that they changed in this depiction of events was it was actually Sokka who found Aang and not Katara. Sokka is way too strong in this. He hits the ground 2 times with his spear and creates a hole big enough to free Aang in this giant iceberg. Okay. Katara ends up saying, from the very first moment, I knew I could trust him. Really? That's the face you saw? That one right there, you were like, yep, that's it. I can trust him. That whole part of them taking Appa home and going through that long process of trying to convince Sokka that Appa could fly, that all has been removed and there's no canoe here, so I guess they just walked home. Sorry, I mean they went back to the village. Aang's very first line in this manga is, I ran away from home. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. Yeah, so I guess just right to the point. Screw that episode later on where he confronts his past and learns about everything. Yep, nope, just right to the point. That's fine. Some people like that. Also, the Fire Nation is here. No battle ends up really happening here. It's just Aang agrees to go with Astro Boy. Katara, Sokka, and Gran all meet together, and Gran tells them that they found an airbender and that he is the Avatar. So you should just go with them. Katara and Sokka reply with some exclamation points and they head off. Oh my god, look at Appa. That is absolutely terrifying. Just like the original, Aang ends up untying himself and he tries to run away, but Base Super Saiyan 2 Astro Boy is not having it, and he orders his men to grab the torch. Base Super Saiyan Zuko ends up throwing a fire blast at Aang, but he jumps off and is saved by Appa. Appa is here to save the day, like always. Iroh ends up saying that their destinies are now intertwined. I guess they're trying to do some weird parallel with Gran and Iroh now. One cool thing that Aang mentioned is that they gave him a test, and through this test, they determined that he was actually the Avatar. I'm really not sure how he was able to pass this test because he couldn't even bend the other elements yet, but I'm not going to question it. Let's move on. They end up flying to the Southern Air Temple, and Appa looks like he has been through it. After this, everything happens exactly the same. Aang finds Gyatso, he learns the truth, he enters into the Avatar state, but fast forward a few pages, they end up going to this weird prison and try to free these people, but fail. They just fail and leave, I guess. It's kind of weird. They end up meeting the Kyoshi warriors for 2 seconds, but they notice Aang is gone, and what do you know? Zhao has him. Astro Boy has now achieved Super Saiyan 3 levels of power and frees Aang. It ends exactly like the cartoon, with Aang finding out that Astro Boy is really Zuko, and Zuko shoots him with fire without needing a torch this time, which is kind of weird, but you know, what can you do? Aang instantly meets back up with the Katara and Sokka, and they fly to the Northern Water Tribe. Master Pakku ends up taking in both of them to train with no struggle. That entire character arc is gone. Everything happens nearly exactly the same from here on out, except for when Aang talks to Roku about Sozin's comment. It's no longer Roku, but a dragon. Aang speaks to a dragon. I don't know if they thought this would be cool, but it really wasn't. It was actually the opposite. Seeing the Avatar before Aang scared for the entire world's destruction was so much cooler. Also, it's no longer 3 months to stop Ozai, but 3 whole years. But anyways, Zhao ends the moon spirit, Yue becomes a moon spirit, the kiss happens, Aang never fuses with the ocean spirit, he just makes a giant wave, destroys everybody, and they declare that Aang is a master waterbender now. That is how the manga ends. They retold all of season 1 of Avatar with like 50 pages, very badly. I left out some plot details so you guys can go read this for yourself if you want to put yourselves through that, but other than that, if you made it this far, I think I deserve a sub. If you like the video, please hit that like button. That's all I gotta say. I will see you guys in the next video.